Alright, we've all seen this. Let's get this over with. So this is going to be the third legacy character to come into Rainbow Six Siege after Gerald Morris and Sam Fisher. And much like the other two legacy characters, Ubisoft either doesn't understand the character or is only using the character to get some sort of fan service reaction. Let me explain what I mean. All three of these legacy characters have appeared in a previous Tom Clancy game, or in Sam Fisher's case, a Tom Clancy property. And all three of these characters are pretty much nothing like their original legacy counterpart. In Splinter Cell, Sam Fisher is Super Spy who goes around quietly, doesn't get spotted by hostiles, and never makes a full frontal assault, except, I guess, by blowing open walls or doors and sprinting around like a madman. I would be surprised if the original creation for the Zero operator in Siege was meant to be just some other character they were going to make up, and then they decided to make it Sam Fisher for fan recognition to try to get people from the Splinter Cell community into Siege. A lot of people have and still are saying that Fisher, or Zero, should have just been Cav but on attack, and I fully agree. I'm not a huge fan of the Splinter Cell games, but I do like the Splinter Cell books, and I think that would have been a great idea, but instead we got this weird, versatile attacking op, which doesn't feel like Sam Fisher. The most Sam Fisher-y thing that has ever happened to the character in Siege was the Year 9 cinematic. I guess the Elite Animation 2 being the same outfit from the first game. Then we have Gerald Morris, who is Deimos, who is the only exception to this rule, and really off just a technicality. Morris was a demolitionist. His job was blowing open doors and disarming bombs. He wasn't a stealthy person. He didn't have, high-tech drones that he utilized or anything like that. He was just a bomb expert. On top of that, he just wasn't a super great operative to use in the original games. He wasn't like the worst, but he was kind of the worst for the demolition side of the game. He only gets off on a technicality of being similar to his original character because you can give him hard breaches, which, there weren't hard breaches in the original games, but you could give them breach charges in the original games, and really the fact that he has these breaches is kind of the only thing that makes him like his original character. And then we have Skopos, who's Cure Galanos, and I don't even need to play this season of Siege to know that this character is nothing like the original character. Unlike Morris, I feel confident enough to say that Cure was a fan-favorite character. She was the best sniper, or at least one of the best snipers, in Rogue and Ravenshield. I think the best as a sniper, but not the best sniper overall. And she was also, canonically, really bad with electronic devices. So it's kind of weird that they decided to bring her back and give her control of robots that aren't using sniper rifles. They're using assault rifles, which she's not an expert in. She's a sniper. Look, I could care less about the disabled wheelchair thing. I could care less about them wanting to use an operator to control robots. I don't understand why you would go through the process of bringing back a fan-favorite character and not having anything about that fan-favorite character playable. Deimos, he's got the AK and he's got the shotgun. Both of those were weapons you could use in Ravenshield. Zero, he's got the same AR, he's got the same pistol, he's got the same uniform with his elite skin. At least they have something to go to their original character. Cure doesn't have that, and I don't understand why even bother bringing them back. Why bring back her specifically if you're not going to utilize her trait of being a sniper? Canonically, she mentored Glaz, so why not take advantage of that already established plot point and do something more with it in game? If you wanted to do a disabled veteran storyline, why pick her specifically and not another fan favorite character who was an assaulter or a demolitionist or even a recon guy from the older games? Same thing with Sam Fisher. Why bring back a character who's known for being stealthy and giving them one of the least stealthy loadouts in game? I know it seemed like a really dumb thing to even talk about, but as someone who genuinely enjoys the Rainbow Six franchise, who really likes, Tom Clancy stories and stuff like that, it's just weird to do. I know it doesn't sound like it because I constantly, criticize it, but I like Siege. It's part of one of my favorite franchises. I like the game. I criticize the game because I care about the game. I want to see the game do good. I want the game to be remembered for having at least some sort of story or lore that made it at least somewhat interesting. I want it to at least somewhat reflect what the franchise it's a part of is based on. I was really excited when leaks said that it was going to be Cure. My excitement went out the window when I found out that nothing about the character was going to be Cure. I'm sorry, I just wanted to play as a sniper from a game that I liked playing when I was a kid. I wanted to play as that sniper character now that I'm an adult. I don't see why that's such a hot take to have. Plus, these robots, since we're talking lore, bring up a huge question. Who's making these robots? If these robots exist, why aren't they being mass-produced for militaries all around the world? Why isn't NATO mass purchasing these things to outfit Team Rainbow so that their human operatives don't have to worry about really anything? They don't need to use human bodies anymore, they can just use robots. A lot of people who defend the robots like to say, oh, well, Siege isn't realistic because we have characters like Jackal, but I could care less about that. I could care less that there are robots in Siege. I want to know, why aren't there more robots? Why aren't they mass producing these things? If they have the technology to make two, why aren't they making more? Why ever use human bodies anymore? Except, I guess, on the very, very rare cases where humans would be better than robots controlled from the safety of someone's house or whatever. And again, I just have to ask, why not make the robots snipers? I mean, there's two of them. You have a sniper team right there. You have the one with the rifle. The other one could have been a spotter or something. I know there are people who are from Greece who play this game that are disappointed because a character that's supposed to be Greek was finally going to be in the game, and we don't even get to play as the Greek character. We play as robots the Greek character controls. It's just a weird design decision to make. You know the character's backstory. You know the character is supposed to specialize in a certain thing. Why make the character not do the thing that they're already good at? It's not like these games are super deep or have any deeper meanings behind them, so it just doesn't make sense to go the extra mile and completely change them. So, quick update, the bio for Cure was dropped, and it honestly raises even more questions now. Apparently, her robots were so good that it caught the attention of Aurelia Arnott, who was in charge of Rainbow when Siege first launched, which means she's been in contact with them, I'm assuming, since 2015, which means she was probably around when Article 5 happened. So why weren't her robots used? That would have saved the lives of 2 Rainbow operatives. I don't get it. Do they not, have, a storyboard written out, or do they just make stuff up whenever a new character comes out? I don't get it.